This video is going to look at the relevance of the question, does the word betrayed describe your feelings toward the church or mission field in which you serve or have served? Hi, I'm Dr. Brent Van Hook, Director of Shepherd's Fold Ministries. The relevance of this question relates to an extensive research project that we commissioned to be done in 2019 that looked at the predictors of well-being among retirement age preachers and missionaries from over 12 denominations. However, since then, we have found that it correlates well to all believers, pastors or missionaries or not, among all ages who want to have a lifelong kingdom impact in which one's well being is a part of that. So, as we look at the results of the study, we'll see that 8% of the participants chose the answer, yes, I do feel betrayed when I think about the church or mission field in which I serve or have served. 92% said no. Why is that significant? Well, in this study, we were able to have an individual score, a well being score of every single participant. In other words, we knew how everyone was doing. And what I've done on this graphic is put that in a graphic form related to a traffic light. You'll see that each of the lights has 5 lines in it. Now, those are related to numerical values that were part of the research project, but for my understanding, it helps me just to see it on a traffic light like this. So now, they took all those who answered yes, I feel betrayed, and they averaged their well being. Those who answered yes were not doing well. In fact, you can see on the traffic light here that it's pretty nearly up to the middle almost of the red light. Things are not going well for those who answered yes. Now, those who answered no, they were on average doing really well. In the green light area, things were going well. Now, among the significant elements of that is this. Remember, there were now 15 lines that are represented here, and there's a difference of 8. In other words, over half of what could be accomplished in one's overall well-being is addressed here. So that makes it a very significant question. There are 2 concepts that I'd like to bring up. One is this, that we all have something to share. Secondly, we all have something to learn. If you were one who answered no, and this would be considered a strength of yours. This concept would be a strength of yours. If that's the case, we encourage you to share something about it. What is it that helped you not feel betrayed? And then I'd like for you to reflect on that, and then if you'd send me an email at brent@shepherdsfoldministries.com, I'd like to hear your reflections about what was part of that. On the flip side, if you answered yes, this would be considered an improvement opportunity for you. In other words, you could do something, anything to help improve this, and your overall well being could just increase in great ways and improve in great ways in a disproportionate way of anything else you could do with your time. In other words, we all have something to learn, and if this is an improvement area for you, I'd want to challenge you to say, if you could do one thing, if you could address one issue in your life, knowing that it would make a huge difference, would you do it? Well, hopefully, yes. And we have a first step for you. Now, there may be a lot that needs to go in to improving this question, but here's a first step. If you could take 30 minutes and do something to address this issue, I believe that you would start down the traffic light toward the green, and it could make a big difference in your life. And the stronger our well being, I contend, the better we're able to make a concerted effort toward having a kingdom impact in the world today. So, if you are one who would like to take the next step, the first step in addressing this issue, this first step, I have 3 suggestions for us. Combined, it would take less than half an hour to do. One is to chart the God victories in the past. If you'd like some inspiration for that, here's a 15-minute video that will provide a link for you to watch about the concept of Him again, charting God again and again and again in our lives. And the more we're able to chart God victories in our past, the less we'll be chained to the concept of feeling betrayed in the past. And so that's one concept of addressing our past, is to chart the God victories. The second is to make sure we're doing something today. And if you don't know how to get involved with the kingdom of God, here's just a very simple way of doing it. Find something you enjoy, that the world needs, and that you have good skills, and that pleases God, and just do something in these areas to find some way of participating in God's work today. Also, for those who feel betrayed, I wonder if it would help to develop new friends, to not just sit around and think about the ones from the past for which we feel a disconnect, but then to develop new friends. I have articles that can help reteach and relearn again how to make friends and the importance of doing that to inspire you in doing that. So I would encourage you in these ways, if this is a learning opportunity, to find these ways of taking a first step toward addressing this issue in our lives, and in doing so, see God work in great ways in which our lives not only are improving, but in doing so, allow us to make a difference for God and His kingdom as He works in and through us.